This is a video of rebuilding the lift arm off a tow truck. From what I was told, the driver had a very heavy truck with a trailer also attached, hooked up to the back of this tow truck. And they hit a bump in the bridge and it bent the arm. First thing I want to do is try to separate these two parts. I thought there was just a little bit of friction keeping them together, so I thought some horsepower might separate the two. But as you can see, that just really didn't work. So instead the option was to cut this thing apart. A good friend of mine wanted to help, so I figured why not. My friend can do pretty much anything she puts her mind to, and she's a lot of fun to have around. I'm trying to get this receiver hitch weldment off. It's a little bit tough, it needs a lot of persuasion. But it's no match for a 15-pound sledgehammer. And my teenage helpers who were working on a different project were interested in all the racket. Now that I got the receiver hitch off, it was time to separate these two parts. I figured something must be preventing the two parts from separating, but this thing is scrap anyway, so might as well cut it apart and see what's preventing that. And we finally got them separated. Once it was a more manageable size, I could bring it inside the shop, where at least there's shade. So now we had to cut off the rest of the parts that were on this tubing. There were some bushings for a pin for some hydraulic cylinders. This bracket that the arm pivots on was kind of a pain. It took lots of different types of persuasion. And finally, success. Then I started dressing up the parts that were cut off. I'm lucky enough to have this very cool belt sander. And my friend kept working on cutting off the rest of the stuff. This pivot point was especially a pain. I've since acquired a lathe and I think if I had to do this project again, we'd just make a different bushing. This anvil has been in my family for something like 80 years. Here's all the parts that we cut off, and they're all prepped up, and we're ready to put them back on the new tubing. I've got a brand new piece of 6x6x1/4 tubing that is not bent. Marking off the spot where the holes for the bushings go. I drilled these holes on the mill because I wanted the bushings to line up so that the pin would slide freely. And somehow I managed to take pictures and not video of the welding, so you get snapshots of the work as I went, but no actual welding shots. I welded up 4 pieces of flat bar into this collar, and then ground off the edges so they were round. Here's the main pivot bracket all welded up, and the receiver hitch I've started to weld it on. This was all welded up with 7018 stick. I wanted to make sure that it held, since cars will be riding on this. And the finished product, ready to be delivered. And a final shot of the receiver hitch bracket, all welded up. This took quite a few passes. And we modified the design slightly. We added additional side support to this tubing, so hopefully the next time it's overloaded with a truck and a trailer, this arm doesn't bend. But I mean, everything has a failure point, so nothing's indestructible.
Yeah, I saw you post something about the boys building something, and I'm like,
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. God bless. Have a great day.